This is Good Morning Texas.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on this Friday. I'm Paige Ellenberger. Let's send it right over to Josh Johns. Josh, a lot of Friday night lights tonight, a big weekend ahead. How are we looking?
The perfect forecast for it. Now,
in Coryell County, an inmate is still on the run. Deputies are telling anyone who knows where he is to turn him in. Here's a look at Brandon Hogan. He disappeared last Monday. He got away from a county work release program off of Highway 53. The sheriff now urging landowners near Leon Junction, Oglesby, and the Flat area to check surveillance and game camera footage. The 37-year-old was working at a local cemetery as part of a work crew before apparently jumping a fence and escaping. Hogan was booked back in early August on family assault charges, as well as burglary for stealing a firearm. Now, the sheriff there says they did receive a couple of reports of sightings. Again, if you know something, you are urged to call the sheriff's office at the number on your screen. Well, we now know the identity of a murder victim in Harker Heights. Officers arresting Roger Lee Sanders on Thursday morning. They say he shot 35-year-old Alan Lee Jones on Indian Trail Road on Wednesday night. He did die at the scene. Investigators say the pair were in a fight. Bond is currently at $1 million. Meanwhile, Killeen police are investigating the city's 15th murder of the year. 55-year-old Joe Sidney Williams Jr. was shot back in June. He died 40 days later at a hospital in Temple. Police say they received his final autopsy today, which determined that he was murdered. And this morning, the Temple Police Department is asking for the public's help in their investigation of an armed robbery. It all happened early Thursday morning on the 4100th block of South 31st Street, where two suspects reportedly waved a handgun, took cash, and fled the scene. No injuries were reported and no suspects were taken into custody following that robbery. Again, anyone with information should contact the Temple Police Department at 254-298-5500 or the Bell County Crime Stoppers at 254-526-8477. Vanessa Guillen is being honored throughout the state of Texas with a Memorial Highway and a holiday. The Texas Senate has passed a bill that states Highway 3 in Harris County will be named after the U.S. Army specialist whose murder sparked a movement of change in the United States military. The highway will serve as a reminder to the community of Guillen's life, service, and lasting impact. Its dedication is tomorrow in Houston. Texas legislature has also unanimously approved a bill to mark September 30th, which is Guillen's birthday, as Vanessa Guillen Day. The Waco Pride Network's annual Out on the Brazos Festival is back and better than ever this year. 25 News reporter Nakia Simon joins us live in studio with more. Good morning, Nakia.
Good morning, Paige.
Sounds good. Thank you, Nakia. Held annually in over 600 communities nationwide, the Alzheimer's Walk Association Walk to End Alzheimer's is the world's largest fundraiser for care, support, and research. Tomorrow morning, hundreds of people are set to gather at Liberty Park over in Bell County to not only raise awareness, but provide resources that are available for those living or caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's, but to show Central Texans who are dealing with this disease that they too are not alone. The 2022 Walk to End Alzheimer's Bell County is happening tomorrow at 9 a.m. again at Liberty Park in Belton. You can visit its website, alz.org, for more information. A groundbreaking ceremony is happening today to celebrate the start of construction of the new Waco High School building. You can see the concept there on your screen. Price tag is a maximum of almost $141 million. The school board approved the project back in September at 350,000 square feet. The new campus can accommodate over 2,000 students. So to come from us this morning, human smuggling continues on the Texas-Mexico border. In about 7 minutes, the feds now leading an investigation into a suspected human smuggling event in South Texas. But first, America's response to a drug that's been at the center of a clash between culture and policing for more than half a century. The White House now taking its first major steps toward decriminalizing marijuana. President Joe Biden and Florida Governor there Ron DeSantis appeared side by side in hard-hit Fort Myers on Wednesday as the president surveyed damage from Hurricane Ian. The storm, which is shaping up to be one of Florida's deadliest and costliest in decades, made landfall as a Category 4. Isabel Rosales is live from Florida with the latest. All right, Isabel, thank you. A little bit closer to home, though. Let's get a check on our weather with meteorologist Josh Johns. Hey, Josh, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
In close-knit McGregor, community members, businesses, and organizations are banding together to give the victims' families of the tragic mass shooting the support that they need. 25 News reporter Ian Chris spoke with those showing their support. Lori and Natalie Aviles were two neighbors killed in that shooting that took 5 lives. Their funeral happening this morning at 11 a.m. at the Exchange Event Center in McGregor. Also happening today, the visitation for Monica Delgado and her children, Miguel and Natalie, is happening from 7 to 9 at Oak Crest Funeral Home. They'll be laid to rest on Friday. That funeral is at 10:30 at the McGregor of Exchange Event Center. Meanwhile, the McLennan County Sheriff's Office announcing that 11 people were arrested during a human trafficking sting. Deputies say 10 people were apprehended for trying to purchase sex. Another, Leslie Freeman of Fairfield, was arrested for human trafficking. One victim was rescued and is now with Unbound. 5 child porn cases were also opened during the sting. 2 of those related to somebody already in jail. Deputies are searching for one other suspect. Well, the wife of former Baylor basketball star Brittany Griner is speaking out yet again. In a recent interview, Sherelle Griner said her wife is in a hostage situation. She doesn't know when she'll be able to see her again. Brittany is expected to have an appeals hearing in 3 weeks in Russia. A reminder here, she was arrested back in February in a Moscow airport after they found hash oil cartridges in her luggage. Well, a groundbreaking ceremony is planned for this Friday to celebrate the start of construction of the new Waco High School building. You can see the design concept right there on your screen. The ceremony is set for 9 in the morning. The price tag of this is a maximum of almost $141 million. The school board approved the project back in September at 350,000 square feet. The new campus can accommodate over 2,000 students. Well, the Heart of Texas Children's Theater is opening its first production, this weekend. The theater seeks to create experiences that both enrich and empower children of all backgrounds and wants to provide families and schools the access to professional theater for young audiences. The first production is How I Became a Pirate and runs on October 8th and 9th at the Hippodrome in Waco. The theater already has plans for its second production that's set to air in December. Well, the Heart of Texas Fair and Rodeo is celebrating its 70th anniversary of family fun right here in the heart of Central Texas. 25 News reporter Nakia Simon is live there this morning with all that you need to know for opening day. Hey, Nakia, good morning. Oh, look at that funnel cake stand.
Hey, Paige, actually,
we are right alongside Highway 21, and as you can see, things are opened back up at 8:30 last night. The Madison County Sheriff's Office closed it all down. County commissioners originally removed the Student Center from the early voting locations list. This is ice. This is not snow. In the north, we're used to driving in snow. Yeah, some ice, but the roads are covered.
Hey, Jerome, yeah, I'm trying to stay cool out here in this College Station. Dairy Queen Sarah actually has, thank you, Sarah, a blizzard from myself. Small businesses across the board are feeling the impacts of inflation, rising gas prices, and supply chain issues.
I can tell you this team right behind me, Midway ISD, drove over 5 hours to get here. They're setting up, they have the pit on the trailer, they're setting up all their seasonings, they're prepping. 35 firefighters responded on scene. As of right now, the fire marshal's office tells me that there has been no reported injuries, but this is going to take all day to get under control.
Yeah, Todd, here's a fun fact I bet you didn't know. Many of the academic buildings here on Temple College's campus are decades old, some inching toward a century.
But I do want to put this into perspective for you. About 3 weeks ago, when the manhunt first began, we started about half a mile down Highway 7 one direction. Less than half a mile the opposite direction is where that ranch is at now.
So that way any missing persons or even children can be sent home to their families, and local parks like this one can be filled with laughter once again. Is keep students as interested as they possibly can, and I don't know about you guys, but that story makes me hungry every single time I watch it. I'm so ready to get off and go get some egg rolls.
We did reach out to Governor Greg Abbott's campaign as well for a comment after Beto O'Rourke's visit, and he is yet to get back to us this morning.
The group that I spoke with says that their screen printing business was the best fit no matter what size you wear. Amelia McCracken graduated from Texas A&M back in 2010. Ever since then, she made it her goal to help Aggies post-college.